Okay, so some of you guys have been sending messages, and I've seen some other posts and everything else. The way I print PETG, just so it can easily pop off of a smooth PEI sheet, or if your printer uses a similar type of PEI foil or sticker that adheres to the bed, say like an old Prusa MK3, this stuff is for you guys. There is a way to print PETG that won't damage your sheet. What you want to do is you want to make sure first that you have your first layer set up properly for PETG, and for the most part it's fairly simple. For Prusa machines, you go into the calibration, first layer, it's going to say, whatever. If you're on, this is on the newest firmware, we can change the sheets or anything else, so refer to your manual if you have a different type of machine or anything else. So basically, what you want to do is you want to make sure your machine's first layer is set to PETG, because different manufacturers, different filament types can require a different first layer setting. And what you want to do is you want to have it so there's enough squish for the first layer, but not so much. You want it so the when the lines are being laid down, they still stick, but they're not so squished into the sheet, okay? Because PETG sticks to PEI very, very well. And oftentimes what happens is, as some of you have found out, you can damage the sheet. Now, for the sheet itself, for the smooth PEI, and it depends upon what you're using. I know for the Prusa ones, for PETG, you don't want to use isopropyl alcohol on the smooth sheets. You want to use something like Windex, but just plain, simple window cleaner. Nothing with perfumes or anti-fog or anything like that. The simpler, the better, because you don't want it to be absolutely sparkling clean, because then it sticks very well. If you can set your first layer appropriately to the right layer height, you won't need glue stick or anything else. You let it cool off and then it pops off. Also, what you guys can do is, if you're constantly printing them out over and over and over again in the same orientation, say it's this, right? Wherever that print lays, it's going to stress out that spot when you go to take it off. So what you would want to do is, and this goes for any type of removable build plate, whether it be textured or smooth or anything else, because especially if you're printing with PETG, you're printing at higher temperatures, so that can affect the sheet over time. So what you want to do is create one file, have your model in your slicing program in one orientation. Second file, change it. Third file, change the position again. Fourth file, change the position again. And then when you're printing, you want to cycle through those, so it's not always the same exact spots that are getting wear and tear, okay? Because that will help make it last a little bit longer. Also, this works for any flex sheet. You want to make sure that first off, it's cool. You don't want to sit there and pick it up when it's hot. I know you're in a rush. Take 10-15 minutes, let it cool down properly. When you take the sheet off, whatever direction you bend to get it off, make sure you give it an equal amount. So if you bend it up, bend it down as well, and then even turn it. You just want to make sure that you get into the habit of that, because if you keep on doing the same exact direction, eventually that sheet will have a little bit of a warp, okay? So I hope this helps you guys out. Again, it can be used. This can be used for some printers, different ones. You want to check with your manufacturer as far as first layers and everything else. I just happen to have Prusas because of my former job, and I run farms for people and everything else. So take this and apply it to your machine. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. And other than that, keep up the good work.